Yin-yang is one of the core, simple, and principle of life. Yin-yang represent the half of light with a small side of dark and half of dark with the small side of light. What does this represent? This represents the balance and harmony of opposite force in the universe. I can be asked about a subject, and for sure I can tell the complete opposite of the subject. So why is yin-yang one of the core, simple, and principle of life? When a person hasn't studied the subject, they will only see a circle-like picture with the color black and white on it. When a person has studied the subject, they will see more than just these shapes and colors. They will see stories and lessons of the past, present, and future. They will even see the meaning of everything in life. That is the reason why I study and put forth the importance of yin-yang. Yin-yang is about balance. Some example of this is land, sea, and air. All this simple represents something totally different from each other, or rather something completely opposite of each other. The land, the sea, and air can stand by themselves, and can still be something beautiful. However, when put together, it becomes something perfect. Something that represents perfect that can be. Because yin-yang does not represent perfect for me. That is why there is this small side of black and white and black. The land, sea, and air, or the earth, are far from perfect. It's improving. When the small siding of lights and dark cover the whole half of the circle, soon there will be the future siding of the two small circle of black and white, because they will always be there. That is balance. Therefore, just like the earth, the air will summon tornadoes, hurricane, and lightning. The sea will have flood, tsunami, wave. The earth will always have natural disaster. If the earth always had natural disaster and always be dangerous, why are we still here, alive? The answer is balance and improvement. If the symbol of yin-yang, it will look like it will recreate itself. That is what represents why yin-yang is about balance and improvement. Some may ask why yin-yang is about improvement. Doesn't it about balance? Doesn't improvement mean growth and becoming better? Or does improvement mean fixing big, important mistake? Improvement is both about growth and fixing mistake. It is about making fewer and fewer mistakes. Going back to national disaster, we adapt to disaster by having better technology and better infrastructure. Yin-yang, as many have known, is about good and evil. What I have learned is that evil represents the black side of the circle and good represents the white side of the circle. I want to talk about this because good and evil have always been shown and talked about throughout our entire history. This is evidence when Hitler forced many Jew citizens to their death, when ISIS members kill many people that go against their belief. Those two events are totally different, but they are very similar. The reason for all these evil doing is ambitious personality, having or showing strong desire and determination to succeed. Being ambitious is not always a bad thing, but as I learned from Yin-yang, Everything in life is about balance. We have to be ambitious enough, because without ambition, we will not have no purpose in life. We will wander around Earth trying new things. Those things include drugs and much more dangerous stuff. The ISIS member and Hitler are too ambitious. They are so ambitious that they only focus on the future and not the present. In their mind, what they have done will lead them into the future that they desire. They are forcing the color black to cover the whole circle of yin-yang. Being present at the moment is what yin-yang also stand for. The present is here, so I will live it. I would really like this principle of past, present, and future. And because of this quote, I do believe that the present is the most important out of the three. We learn from the past to do better right now. Thus, we also prepare for the future right now. When we are in the present, the principle of yin-yang also means that I will have to go with the flow. Because when life is balanced, the sun will shine after the heavy rain that showers us. When the wetland becomes dry after a period of time, there is a reason why many people call a cancellation of a rain check. It can change the good mood in a fun time for many. That is the reason why rain check has become a hated thing for so many people. However, for others, it is an opportunity to change their plan. Instead of having a picnic in the park, they will have an indoor diner with great view from a rainy perspective. This is one example of a change of plan. What about a full cancellation? They will have to cancel the time they will spend with their friends and family. However, they will have the cost to spend to themselves. That are the two types of people who are very positive. When the rain changed their plan, I am missing one more type. Natural outdoor shower did not affect them. Natural outdoor shower do not affect them. They challenge them. They are the challenge seeker. A football player will continue their match even when the rain pours. In fact, they often enjoy it more. This type of people is brave, but they should not be naive. Being challenged is their happiness, but sometimes it's something more than just a challenge. Sometimes something that even mankind cannot even handle. Football player cannot play in a tornado. They need to organize their risk. That is also what yin-yang is all about. Yin-yang to me is about living and controlling my life, my present life. This idea seemed like I contradict my previous idea about the principle of yin-yang should be about letting time and nature take their course. The reality is that yin-yang, nature, will for sure fix itself. But when the question is when it will fix itself, the question is about the time that we have. Think about it. If I have done someone wrong before, time will take a course, and I can wait for everything to return to normal. However, I do not know how long it will take. I can take as long as a friend who make a mistake to another friend, then they turn themselves both into strangers. They stop talking to each other and stop hanging out with each other. I can take as long as a person who made a big mistake when trying to form a relationship, but they turn out to be enemies instead, and the conflict between them emerge. These example might be example of hoping time take the course. However, it seems like the worst solution that those problem can create. It's the solution of negligence. Thus, to me, is what Yin-yang secretly is about, bringing everything to balance the right way. And that way is, to me, is ownership and honesty. Ownership is my responsibility, my mission, and my role in whatever task and relationship I take part in. I need to take full responsibility of my action. If I think that it is not my fault, I am wrong, because it's always my fault. When a member of the team does not carry their weights and does not complete their given task and mission, the mission will have a higher chance to fail. This means that even when talking to someone, I own the mission to build this relationship no matter how long it will take. If I ever make a mistake or fail to carry the task, I will put for myself to build a great relationship. I will own up to the mistake and failure, thus fixing the balance of life. If I want to fix the balance of life and yin-yang, I need to recognize the mistake and failure first. Most of the time, it's easy, but a lot of the time, it's difficult. Why is it difficult? Because mistake and failure are covered by something. That something is our farther too strong emotion and ego. That is one of the problems that we face today, our ego. When a person has strong ego, they will have strong self-esteem and strong importance. There is nothing wrong with having strong self-esteem and strong importance. In fact, it is important and necessary to have both, but it's not wise and not sustainable to have too much of both. If we have too much self-esteem and self-importance, we will be selfish. Instead of loving ourselves, we will turn it to only loving ourselves and not loving others. Yin-yang is about balance, so this means that too much of anything is simply too much for life. Yin-yang is about keeping life simple. However, it is hard to keep everything simple. That is why I think life is so difficult. We make it difficult because we are too complex. The fact that we are animal, but we are far different from other animals. Some rather argue that we are not animal because we are not wild beasts, and that we are way too smart for them. This opinion alone is a reason why we are too complex as a living thing. We are considered too intelligent for those animals. Thus, we are also consider ourselves better than those animals. That is where ego, too much self-esteem and self-importance began. We are thinking too much, and we are even feeling too much to keep life simple. This is really important to talk about, because if life unchecked and unfixed, the problem will compound over time. This problem will break the balance in the orders of life. Hence, we now have in life psychological disorder. I believe we can cure this problem by stopping thinking and feeling too much, or rather thinking and feeling things that really matter in life. Those things that really matter in life is our need to survive. Those need of shelter, food, purpose, and love. That is what we need to be happy and content. Anything else in our life is our wants and desire. That we have these, we must be grateful. It is alright to have them. In fact, it is important to have them to keep our life not boring. But we cannot attach to them, rely on them. This means that we need to detach our life if we ever rely on them. This is why I meditate, write, and exercise. I practice this to detach myself and simply not overthink or to think everything in one moment, so I do not have to think about it later. I meditate, write, and exercise so that I can control my thinking and feeling. I believe in the power of thinking twice or even more time before actually thinking, taking action, and talking. Thinking twice will help me organize my life. Therefore, keeping a balanced life, follow the principle of Yin-yang. Thinking twice to me is about not acting on initial burst, emotion, and impulses. This can be applied to every aspect of life. We are human, and as said before, we intelligent and emotional living beings. I believe if we do not think twice before acting on burst emotion and impulses, we will create sins and deeds that are very hard for us to get rid of. Those are our mistakes in life. That is the reason why the 7 deadly sins were created in the Christian religion. The Christian religion is about following the rule and doctrine that were created by Jesus, the Son of God, for an individual to have a good life and a good afterlife. The 7 sins were lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. Now we are talking about religion, and I want to make sure something clear about religion. What faith do I really believe in? Yin-yang is actually a study of religion itself. It's the religion of Taoism. Taoism or Taoism refers to the set of Chinese tradition and religion which emphasize living in harmony with the Tao. The Tao is generally defined as the source of everything in the ultimate principle. Meditation is another practice of religious belief that does not only come from Taoism. Meditation is also strong belief in Buddhism. Buddhists believe that human life is full of suffering and that the only way to overcome it is to control desire and ignorance through meditation, good behavior, and follow the Buddhist teaching. Now, what do I believe? I believe that I will be a good person. I believe that I will never do any harm to others, and that I will not let others do any harm to me that will ruin my life. I believe in not living life with any permanent and irreversible sins and deeds. With this belief, I believe that all religions have this in common, between those that are different from each other.